Hi everyone. I am coming on today to give you an opportunity to have guidance for the month of June 2021. So what I will do is take this deck and take a moment to tune in, asking for guidance for 2021 June, that those who see this may choose the guidance that they need. So what I'll do is divide it into 3 decks and then give you guidance. Whatever deck or whatever pile that you choose, I will have in the description, I will have the time to fast forward to it, or you can watch the whole thing, whatever makes you happy. So just wanting guidance for June 2021 for those who watch it. So now I'm going to divide into 3 piles. All right, so this is pile 1. So if you choose deck 1, pile 1, pile 2, there's no right or wrong answer, whichever one is drawing your energy, and 3. So again, deck 1, deck 2, and deck 3. All right, so for deck 1, I will choose a couple cards in this pile. This one and this one. So for pile 1, all right, the cards for June 2021 for deck 1, pile 1, is be mindful of the patterns that you are creating. What this means is sometimes we get in a cyclical pattern. We choose the same type of partner. Sorry about that. We choose the same type of partner or same type of friendships that are not honoring to us. This is usually talking about a negative pattern or way of acting. So be mindful of whom you're choosing, the type of people you attract, or the type of people you allow in your inner circle. Remember that not everyone merits being in your inner circle. That doesn't mean there's anything wrong with them, you're better than them, they're worse than you. It doesn't mean that. What it means is you have the right to choose who and what you spend your energy on. It's very important that you do not continue the patterns, the cycles that lead you into negative behavior. Oftentimes we draw to us those things that we're familiar with based on our trauma or our past experiences or our inappropriate relationships, and we want those to replay out in our lives because we're very comfortable with them. Which really sucks because oftentimes they're not healthy and they're not happy, but we do draw to ourselves those things. So be very mindful of the patterns that you're seeing in your life and pay attention to them. Change them if you don't like them. In the same notion, take everything in context. Remember, yin and yang, everything should have a balance. So when you're in these relationships, you might say, oh, but sometimes they're really great. When they're good, they're really good, and that's what keeps me in them. Be mindful of that. That's a red flag. You see here that her hair is very red. Red can represent passion and fire and beauty and love. It can also mean destruction and rage. So be very mindful about having a balance in the relationships that you have. I particularly feel like this guidance is for relationships, repeating patterns. Be very mindful of the patterns that you're creating in your relationships, and always remember that there has to be balance. There has to be reciprocity in relationships. So if you're giving more than you're getting in a very unbalanced way, then you need to consider if that's something you want to stay in. Okay? Be very mindful that balance is so important. You cannot have extremes in relationships and expect them to be sustainable and healthy. Okay, I hope that that helps you. So that is the guidance for pile 1. Moving on to pile number 2. Let's pull some cards from pile number 2. I feel like it's 2. Okay. Pile number 2 got the balance card, clarity card, and space card. Interestingly enough, I feel like this guidance is also about relationships. So, the summer is a time of relationships, so it would make sense that there is some guidance needed during this time. So for those who chose pile 2 for June 2021, the guidance is to have balance in your relationships. This can be your partnerships, your romantic relationships, your work-life balance. There needs to be balance and harmony in your life. As I mentioned with pile 1, there's yin and yang to everything, but there has to be balance, ebb and flow. Ups and downs are okay, but extremes become very unhealthy and dangerous, so be mindful of that. So in your relationships, make sure that there's reciprocity and balance and harmony, okay? It may be some time to get some space, some physical space. This doesn't mean you have to break up, but what it does mean is take some time to spend some time on your own. Sometimes we get so wrapped up in our relationship and our partner, spending time with them, that we don't have our own life. We don't spend time with our own friends. Appropriate activities with your friends without your partner is absolutely healthy and necessary, as your partner should be doing as well. Have some interests that you have just for yourself. There is important balance when you get space and spend your own time in nature, doing what you love, all those things. I know that many people want to spend all the time that they can, especially if your love language is quality time. You want to spend all the time that you can with your partner, but remember, there is balance in getting space. Okay? And this one talks about clarity. So getting clarity in your life, especially in your spiritual life. So you need to seek truth for yourself. You don't have to justify your beliefs or your belief system to anyone. What you believe, what resonates with you, is what you believe for this time and space, and it is perfect. So explore the truths that you need to explore. Get clarity of how you want to worship, of how you want to express your praise, of who and what you want around you. If you want to go to temple and those around you don't want to go to temple by yourself. It's totally okay. Whatever path you feel led to is a path you need to explore. So be mindful of that. Be very clear in your path, especially when it comes to relationships. And in combination with these 3, we're going to say, if you have an imbalance in spiritual beliefs in your partnership, it's important that you find clarity within yourself to understand if that's something you can live with, or if it's something you can respect in your partner, to have different beliefs and a belief system. You have to determine that for yourself. No one can decide that for yourself except for you. So that is the direction and guidance for pile 2. Moving on to pile number 3. For those who chose pile number 3, I wanted to shuffle these. I'm going to shuffle them. I will choose a couple cards here. Okay. Okay. Modernization and brilliance. So what the guidance is for pile 3 is that you have wonderful surprises coming your way. Your life and your path is opening up in a brilliant way. You should be seeking new avenues of passion, of creative outlet, of projects to release who you are inside, whether that be your job or just something you do on the side, may or may not generate income for you, but it is a way to creatively release the brilliance inside of you, and you will see beautiful things come to pass for that. You will meet new people and have new relationships, non-romantic relationships, perhaps romantic, but I'm feeling non-romantic relationships will come to you and have brilliance. Also, the throat chakra is standing out to me. Speak your truth. If it's something creative that you need to do vocally, whether it be singing or some type of videos or creative lecturing, something of that nature, go for it, okay? Brilliance will come to your life. And here's the brilliance. So this one is talking about moderation. So brilliance will come to your life. If you let it out, let it flow. And as I said earlier, great things are coming your way. Going back to this, having balance, doing things in moderation is important, but I feel like this is the time to go, to release, to get on that path of this creative project, that there's something that you've been wanting to do or thinking about, like, could I do this? But I don't know how, I need the skills. This is the time to go forward and planning it or learning it so that you can break forth in that creative power. It's important that we have a creative outlet, and whatever is coming to mind right now, release it, allow it to flow so that you can have more brilliance in your life. So that is the guidance for pile 3. Thank you so much for watching. If you would like to book a private session, I do coaching, readings, group readings, and also animal communication, as well as healing ceremony facilitation. So please connect with me if you feel so led, and we will meet up again for weekly guidance next week, or perhaps I'll see you next month for a monthly read. See you soon. Bye-bye now.